So the other day I was playing against Jihoon's Vanessa online, and this happened. Ooh,
What?
to the back. As you can see, it looks like some kind of unblockable setup from a side turn situation using Brad's slipping K, the piercing knee. Looks like Vanessa's just standing there holding guard and then gets cleanly hit in the back. So then I went to training mode to try and replicate the situation. I figured if it was indeed a true unblockable, then I should be able to easily test this just by holding guard and see what happens. So let's play back some actions with Brad, reproducing that situation. And I'm just going to hold guard afterwards. As you can see, Vanessa's successfully guarded the piercing knee each time, realigning to face forward. So I don't think Jihoon was just holding guard. Maybe something else was happening. So I posted the clip on VFDC asking for if anyone had seen this situation before or knew why it happened, and I got a few suggestions which I also tried out in training mode. So clearly just holding guard fails, as in it successfully guards the attack. Erdrog suggested maybe Vanessa was trying the intruder hook, which is Vanessa's hold guard and then up or down with the punch button. So let's try that and see what happens. Nope. I think I get my timing right. Nope. I'm getting counter hit each time. That's interesting. So with some peculiar timing, I can actually do the intruder hook going the wrong way and magically escape the knee. So that's interesting. Cruiser also suggested perhaps Vanessa was crouching at the last moment just before impact, trying to anticipate a high attack from slipping, and by crouching got hit in the back. So let's try that as an option. So I crouched there and got hit, obviously, from the mid attack. But as you can see, it's a frontal hit. So she wasn't doing an intruder hook, she wasn't crouching. What else can she do from a defensive standpoint from that side turn situation? We can try evading. Brad's piercing knees linear, so we can successfully evade in either direction. So let's see what happens if we try to evade the piercing knee. Okay, that's into the background and foreground. So no issue with evading there. So obviously Jihoon's Vanessa didn't try to evade, didn't try to crouch, wasn't trying something like an intruder hook. And we've tried the two stances. Closed foot, let's try open foot and try just run through those options once again. Just holding guard, successfully guards. Let's try to crouch. Frontal hit. And what was the other option? Intruder hook. Let's try to intruder hook. Oh, we get hit out of that. Or successfully evade Brad and hit him back. Let's try to evade in open stance. Oops, wrong timing. successful, successful in either direction. So regardless of the stance, holding guard successfully guards the knee. Intruder hook does or doesn't work, does weird things. Crouching will always get hit, obviously, and you can always successfully evade. So it's neither of those options or that we saw occur in that video clip. So then I went back to watch the video clip again, this time trying to slow motion the action at the point of impact. And let's see what happens. So I just want to pause there. Brad's just performed 6 kp, which Vanessa is successfully side guarding, and you can see her hands are held up high, indicating visually that she's in that guard posture. But watch the hands just before the slipping K comes out. Did you see that? Her hands drop. Let's watch again. Hands up, down. One more time. Hands up, down. What indeed. So, perhaps Jihoon, for whatever reason, momentarily let go of the guard button just before the slipping knee came out, resulting in that back crumple hit. So let's jump back to training mode and see what happens when we let go of guard right before the point of impact. Nope. Yes. Okay, so I'm letting guard just before the knee comes out, and Brad's position is such that the slipping knee ends up behind Vanessa and gets that back crumple hit. Let's just quickly change our foot position just to cover all our bases. Play that back again. Yep. Okay, so we've successfully confirmed that releasing guard at that moment just before impact does result in a back hit. So, myth busted. What do you think? Jihoon will probably swear he was holding guard the whole time, and how many times have you guys heard that during a game? But I think perhaps he may have just, for whatever reason, let go of the guard button right at that point, and that's what had happened. Now, to understand why this occurs in the game, you kind of have to understand how two characters align or track each other using different inputs, joysticks or joystick directions or button inputs. So just to demonstrate that real quick, if you're not already familiar, oops, just want to play this back. You can see Brad walking around in a circle there, and Vanessa's just standing idle in the middle of the ring. Vanessa is not, or I am not, inputting anything on the joystick. No joystick input, no button input. So for the entire time while Brad freely moves around, Vanessa remains facing her original direction. But what happens when I start to hold guard? You can see Vanessa's automatically aligning with Brad, or tracking Brad as he moves around the ring. So this is how two characters align when a button input is pressed. The misaligned character will realign or track. It also happens with attacks, so you know, or you should know, that just free walking around the ring has no evasive properties whatsoever. So any kind of linear attack will automatically track Brad and hit him out successfully. So once again, no guard, no track. And I think that explains what we saw in the clip, with Brad being in that side-turned orientation and then slipping into Vanessa's back direction by her letting go of guard. allowed Brad to actually get to her back and hit her with the slipping K, the piercing knee for the back crumple. So there you have it. I'm Mike from virtualfighter.com. Thanks for watching.